So before I start this Saturday rant, I gotta say that there's something different about today. That my mom is here. She's a silent observer, and this is the first time I'm doing something like this. So this is another experiment. So here goes. This rant, Mama, you wanna say hi? Okay, so until she's here, this rant is going to be about knowing something too well that you stop enjoying the thing that it really is. Oh, that's my mom. And speaking about knowing something too well, she is an architect. And I was just telling her that this rant is going to be about, when you walk into a house, and when you walk into a house, her being an architect, the first thing she'll look for is this inconsistencies and the small things that could have been done better. So that's what I'm talking about as a creator.
And my son is also very, very creative. So he understands me better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wow, okay, this is the first time, but say hi to my mom. All right, so coming back to today's rant, this is specifically about knowing something too well that you almost dilute the experience for yourself, that you don't really live in the moment. So I'm just going to use that a particular example that, remember a time when you enjoy the music so much that you just feel you're going to remember this for the rest of your life until you start paying attention to the lyrics, you paying attention to the notes, and then you slowly start deconstructing these particular bits. And after that, it just becomes a very ordinary for you because you've already now you're not looking at the music as a whole, but you're looking at it in these individual parts. So the same thing happens when watching an ad. When I watch an ad, I don't look at it as a complete whole experience. I look at it, the framing, I look at the lighting, I look at how it could have been edited better. So it kind of dilutes the experience for me. So that makes me wonder that at what point do we stop becoming an audience and we just start becoming someone who just looks at the construction? So give you an example. At what point do you stop enjoying the food and become someone who wants to just go to the kitchen to see how the food is made? So, it's very interesting to think about it that I wasn't like this before. Because I remember watching King Kong. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And that was about immersing myself into that experience of a monkey falling in love with this lady. And that made me cry. And that was the real experience that I'm talking about. You're living in the moment. So, it's just about feeling that experience over and over again. But the problem is that you deconstruct it and then the magic is gone. So I wasn't like this before, and now I recognize the patterns. I just feel that recognizing the patterns make you more efficient. It makes you more creative. It makes you faster. It makes you think quicker. But in all this, you just tend to lose the overall gist, the beauty of the product. Now, one okay, I'm losing my train of thought, but that's probably a lot of things going on. But when I edit something, before I used to think and ask myself, how does it feel? How does this edit feel? When I make those cuts, when I make those transitions to the music, how does it feel? But now, sadly, I stop asking that question and I ask myself, okay, does this work? Because now I've become more efficient. I recognize the beats. I recognize I've done hundreds of these videos, and me making this such a repetitive pattern that I know exactly what will work and what will not work. So yeah, the magic is gone, and I just feel that that we tend to disconnect. We're supposed to be disconnecting from everything and just enjoy the experience, but because of how adept we are, how creative we are, and how experts we are at this field, we're diluting our own experience, which forces me to think that maybe we should do something about this. Maybe we should force ourselves to, either go deeper rather than just recognizing the pattern, or we force ourselves to stop thinking so much and just enjoy it anyway. So the idea is, which one am I? And what will happen from here on, now that I know that this is how I'm supposed to be? So what's your say on it? Also, I'm very curious to know that which phase are you in? Are you in the phase of deconstructing and enjoying the experience, or so diluting the experience? Or do you consciously take a step back and enjoy it regardless? This is Nikhil, when out of frame. That was my first take. I just hope I hit record.